Welcome, guys. Here we are, due to unrivaled popular demand. We're back. This is the Lager Log, Pints of You with Tom and Stu. I'm Tom, he's Stu. Say hello, Stu.
Alright, folks. Listeners. Countrymen.
That's all we need. That's all we need. Everyone just wanted to hear your voice. They just missed it, bud. You don't have to put any particular words together. We just want to hear those sultry tones.
Lend us
here we
your
are,
beers.
the difficult second album. Lend. We have to give them back.
We'll give
Just
them
like
a
a little
tumblers back.
taster. Yeah, like kind of a wine situation. We do a little taster, we spit it back out, bottle it up, send it back in the Pringles tube.
It's a plan.
Man, like the sophomore slump. Here we are, completely unknown territory. We don't know what's going to pop out at the end of this long and winding road. And I thought we were on the motorway. It must be my cataracts. Past the medicinal. Lays it. We only know one thing going forward, and that's acute and very sudden liver failure. We're living life on the edge here, guys, putting ourselves at mortal risks for your entertainment. And I don't know, what else are we going to do on Thursday morning? Exercise, spend time with our loved ones. If you think that, then you're farting up the wrong tree. So Stu, how's the newfound celebrity status treating you, my man? Tell me all about it.
I just have to lock myself away from all the fame.
Paparazzos.
Yes, that's it. The Twitter fame, the Instagram fame. I think I got a follow back today, so that's us now got 3 people on Instagram. I just need to.
You need to slow down.
I know
It's going too
like
fast.
the head rush, the dopamine. I'm
man,
half my
it's
tits
too
on it.
much. Anybody asked for your autograph in the dry cleaners yet? Taking a long time to think about it.
It's like
You're
dry
what?
cleaners,
Was I in the
2020.
dry cleaners,
Do these
or-
things exist? We're capable. Well, at my end, we're capable of washing our own clothes, Tom.
Oh,
Not
not
sure
over here, no.
how a young
Don't do that
bachelor
over
like
here.
yourself.
Yeah, no, don't do that, to be honest. I just burn my clothes after I wear them and just, buy a new outfit kind of every weekend, most of the time. I mean, it's good because obviously there's no, evidence. The police aren't, doing a manhunt every weekend for you. It's great. It just keeps the heat off your back. Do you know what I mean? But less about my secrets.
So we're
So
drinking
from-
beer, are we?
I don't know if you wanted to tonight. I mean, I'm free. I'm free for the next half an hour or so if you want to get together, have a few brewskis. So from here on out, let's just say nobody picked up our pilot, which is a shame. There were more passes on that thing than a game of women's rugby league. So it's going to be independent, shot from our basement, local public access TV.
Mhm.
This is strictly pirate radio. Wait till you guys get a load of my drum and bass playlist. Shout out to my jungle list, massive. Right, enough beating around my bush. Let's break into the first brewski. You said you wanted a beer. Let's do a
Yes.
beer. Okay. So first beer, Greene King's IPA Reserve. Let's crack them open, babe. Let's do it.
Oh,
Did you find your bottle opener? Yeah, we got 'em.
yes, we're good.
Good.
Oh, now it's a safe way of opening this without showering my laptop in beverage.
Maybe turn it away from the laptop. That's always a good maneuver. Wow, it
Open
smells
your
a bit
bastard.
like marijuana. I'm not gonna lie to you. That's the vibe I'm getting.
Give me a minute to open the fucking thing. There we go.
Right, I'm pouring.
Yeah,
That's definitely got like a
it's
kind of
it
like a
says
grassy kind of
itself,
smell
like
to
a-
it.
fruity. So I guess possibly rich
Possibly.
and fruity.
Here we go. Right, cheers, man.
Cheers. That isn't
Hmm.
bad.
That's not too bad at all. It's for an IPA, it's not very.
Just quite light for an IPA.
Yeah. It's not too kind of citrusy or kind of floral. It's quite light, quite nice. It reminds me more of just like an English pale ale.
Cause
To be honest, I'm really enjoying that.
that's I have.
It's almost like smoky, isn't it?
I guess.
Or is that just the kind of weed-related words that are kind of circling around my head?
No, I guess maybe out of the bitterness, I could kind of see what you mean. But I was hesitant at first to try this because obviously the IPAs I've tried in the past. Let's see, I think it was Punk IPA. When we were having one of our Skype sessions, I tried a bottle of Brewdog.
Oh no, we're dissing Brewdog already.
I could not finish it. So
there goes that licensing deal with them.
oh no, they've even started their own merchandise line.
Oh no,
we could have got a T-shirt. Not now.
Good to see none of that, bud. Yeah, I'm the same with you, dude. A lot of the IPAs for me are a bit too kind of like tangy or a bit too much almost going on. Bit complex. I like I like my beer a bit more simpler.
Mm-hmm.
But this is more towards that kind of a simpler, nice, bitter but refreshing taste.
I mean, look how clear it is.
That's very clear. That's so clear that I would accidentally leave it in the glass and put it in my cupboard. Do you know what I mean? I'd go to retrieve my glass from the cupboard and it just go everywhere and probably destroy my laptop. Would you do that? I don't think it's something you would do, to be honest. So this is
talking about
an English Indian Pale Ale, 5.4% Aroni. Really briefly, historically, obviously, India once being a British colony, beer was shipped out to troops stationed there, and to preserve the brewski, they were injected with more hops. Hops being a natural preservative to withstand the shipping time. So to this day, the recipe stays the same. And I find, as I say, IPAs personally, to always be a bit more kind of floral and a bit more citrusy than your normal pale ale.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, Greene King is another huge historical English brewing company based in Suffolk. And I think Old Speckled Hen would be the big beer most people are familiar with from those guys. Old Crafty Hen is the strong ale variant of that, dude. And that is incredible. Only recently discovered that bad boy, and they have quite a big pub presence over here too, and dominate kind of regularly most of the cask ale lineup you see in a lot of pubs.
Mm-hmm.
It's mostly just all Greene King stuff. So
when I was looking at Home Bargains and I seen Old Speckled Hen on the shelf, I thought, one of these days that will be in the lager logs.
We will get to that. It's weird, it's almost like we've got an excuse to just drink every single beer on the planet now.
That's it.
I don't know how I feel that. The pressure's almost just overbearing. I feel the weight of the world on my shoulders. I don't think I can go on.
Well, that's it. Through doing this, I hope to find myself becoming more educated, because on the label here for this IPA Reserve, it mentions grapefruit, orange and citrus tones combined with a floral and herbal words, golden to hops, deliver rich ale. It's like, it just tastes better to me.
Are you reading the German?
This is
that what that is?
Like the little label at the top that says fruit, rich and fruity. Then there's aroma,
I can see that,
fruity, floral, and spicy hop. It's like
it's got Syrian Goldings. So it's like oil based. Oh, sorry, Styrian Goldings. Sorry, my mistake. So here we go. Let's delve into hopefully a regular part of the show. Last beers watched. Well, that doesn't sound right because we drink them. We need to change that, Stu. Last beers drank.
Yes.
Is that more acceptable?
To me, yes. It pleases me more that you use those words.
If it pleases you, that's what I'm here for. Stu, I know you had a pretty heavy one this weekend, so come on, pony up. Let's hear what you've been sinking into, my guy. Not your teeth, your mouth and lips, throat area. Okay.
Pardon myself.
Mr. Vampire over here.
It was. I would say it was a light weekend on my side. Like I had one little craft beer, which was West Brewery's St. Mungo. God, I can't remember what type of it. It was a lager. I think they described it as a heavenly lager, which is pretty sure a category that doesn't exist, but they've cornered it.
They've made it themselves.
Either a Scottish recipe brewed in Germany or like a German lager brewed in Scotland.
Okay.
I threw out the tin. That was my research. All the answers was on there. It's in the green wheelie bin. Will we go and get it? No, we won't. But
I like a nice historical lesson every time I'm taking the trash out.
give the bad
Same
man
Mungo
something
was
to
a
read.
Scottish dude, right? He was a
Yeah,
Scottish dude,
patron
right? Yeah.
saint of something.
Beer.
Yes, exactly.
Heavenly lager. Heavenly
Yes,
lager.
he was all about the kegs. But
not so much into socks.
it wasn't bad. I've had it before. Another one of those wee tins I had on our Skype sessions. This time I think it was just a case that I poured it into a glass and got halfway into the drink, and it just kind of, I think it just warmed up, so it just kind of lost all its flavour and appeal. Because I do enjoy when these brewskis are nice and cold, but
yes, yeah, for sure, man. I think that's what I like about the one thing that I think the Americans do get right with their beer is the can size. It's obviously the same size as like our sody pops would be. That kind of is it 500 ml? The one that's like, I think it makes it last or makes it kind of colder and fresher a bit longer because you tend to kind of bang that and then you're on to the next one.
rather
Sometimes
in
with
comparison
these
to like
big
to the
bottles.
Terence.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, unless you're on these kind of big bottles, the thing is, when you're drinking a bottle of Frosty Jacks, within about 10 minutes, it's flat. It's lost all its
It's
flavor.
just Jacks. It's not frosty at all.
Yeah, it's not frosty at all, no. And I would think that from my experience with them, yeah, the little cans kind of, it's a bit more of a more fresh in taste, kind of every time you crack one open.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't even know why I'm bringing that up because we're massive pissheads and we both basically just sniff these beverages up straight away.
Now,
completely just inhaled, gone.
Have you finished?
Done. No wonder my sinuses are blocked up. No, I'm just getting you to rush now. I'm just trying to get you pissed. That's all. I'm just trying to get you pissed up. That's all.
The quicker he becomes pissed, the more easily he'll put up with my piss. Pish. That sounded better in my head. When I put that on a microphone,
it didn't
work.
Are you staring at me at the urinal again? I told you about that.
But Tom, through the barrage of photos you sent me over the weekend, some of them included pictures of beer. So,
are you saying it's too many? I think it was the perfect amount.
Through the video calls I ignored through the week, you obviously were dying.
I just get too excitable, man. It's
I seen it ringing and I thought, I'm going to have to put clothes on now. That's a video call.
No, you don't.
I can't answer that topless. I'm just going to go back and I'm going to watch season 2 of Kidding. He'll be fine. He's not in danger. What could I do?
I knew it was late. I knew you'd be topless. That's why I'm calling you at that time.
Exactly.
I'm going to call you in the day. No way.
We're only one episode into our podcast. Let's get to double digits before you Skype me in the middle of the night. Jesus. But no, you were out drinking through the week because you're unemployed.
Well, hey, come on now, man. That's not nice.
You were sending me some pictures of beer taps with fancy little craft breweries.
I was, yeah.
So what did I miss out on?
You missed out on quite a lot. I mean, I had the first one, the beverage that comes to mind, which was incredible, was Anarchy Brew Co.'s X-Ray Eyes, which is it's classed as like a session IPA, but
to me that brewery was known as Anarchy Brewery, and the way you just spoke it to me with your words, your mouth, you said Anarchy Brew.
Anarchy Brewery, yeah.
It's like, man, it sounds like they really complain a lot.
Yeah, it's like, the breweries that you get in police stations.
Ah, yeah, aye. You're drinking, you left it.
So, Anarchy Breweries. So, Anocho's Bruco's X-Ray Eyes was the beer that I was going to talk about before being rudely corrected by my esteemed colleague.
I'm just
Stu.
looking out for the listeners. Even though I was like, well, the show's good to start with because they're sober. Then as it goes on, slurs, they correct each other, thinking one's soberer than the other. And clearly
I
one
thought it
of them
was only
hasn't eaten.
sexual dyslexia, not just normal dyslexia.
Well, that's it. As the show goes on, they realise they're just both thick as fuck.
I think they knew that from the first minute of the first episode. To being honest, with you. That's why people tune in. How can these guys embarrass themselves again?
Mm-hmm.
More so than the last episode. That's what people want, so we give them what they want. So yeah, I mean, should we just get back to the?
So is the beer good?
I
X-ray
feel
eyes.
feel a bit pressured, and I feel a bit stupid now. Yeah, it's really good. It's similar. Do you know, it's weird that we've had this IPA because this IPA is very similar. It's just more smooth, more kind of an English pale ale to my taste, and it was like sweet. Yeah, like a sweetness to it, almost like a honey.
I could actually
back
taste
end
the
to it.
sweetness.
It was fantastic. Yeah, it was fantastic. Well, you could taste the sweetness in the X-ray eyes. Did you try that?
No. This the Greene King's Reserve IPA, like that. I've just finished. I've had the last gulp,
okay, man.
and it did have kind of a nice sweet aftertaste. So
My
I'm not sure
apologies,
if
I
that
thought
is where the fruitiness comes from. But no, I have not been able to obtain
of course.
X-ray eyes through.
Apologies, Mum. I thought that you
Scotland.
tracked down, you headhunted a pint of X-ray eyes after my recommendation, and I'm flattered and honoured that you would do that.
Nope. Picture was enough. Hey,
heartbreaker.
If it shows up in Lidl's,
heartbreaker.
I'll consider it if it's under £2.
I'll call Lidl and demand that they stock it only in Scotland.
Now, obviously, let's let our listeners know that the Greene King IPA Reserve, we obtained this bad boy from our local home bargains.
We did. It's weird. Never been there before, but thought we'd check it out.
So,
if
you were wondering,
no, it seems to be. In all seriousness, it seems to be a big favourite of ours, but for a reason. It's got some great selections, and it's kind of ever changing. There's always kind of different stuff in there, so it's good. We won't mention the beers that we completely failed to obtain.
There will be other occasions.
Let's not go into them. There will be other occasions. Let's not go into them.
Before
I'm not bitter about it.
Open our next bottle.
On more lager.
Was there any of those? You did mention that I missed out on your video call of you getting to taste several samples of their craft beers.
Several samples. Are we allowed to shout at the pub or not? I don't know. Shall we do it?
Will they give a fuck?
I'm just more concerned about will I get more free beer out of them? That's all.
Well, if they're doing a merchandise giving out I don't want to diss samples them. To begin with,
I don't want to diss them.
Did you? Did you drop the name? Did you say, "Hey, I'm part of a new fledgling lager podcast"?
You, of course, I did.
I would
come on.
care to have a little sample of each one of these little brews.
Come on, man. That was the whole reason for getting the sample.
You can listen to me on Apple Podcasts and TuneIn Radio. All from thelagerlogs.com.
I didn't go that in depth to it, no. But shout out to it was the Spotted Dog in Digbeth in Birmingham, my old local, very old local, and hadn't been there for a long time. Went in and man, just it's great. People, they want to sell something. They give you a few samples and let you try stuff out. That
so they're dealers, really.
They're basically dealers. Yeah, he wasn't wearing a trench coat. He was wearing like a dress shirt. But they kind of want to sell you the right brewski, to cater to your tastes, Yeah. So I think that's pretty cool. So it was nice. Yeah, checked out a lot of different stuff, and massive range of stuff. But the one that really turned me on was the X-ray eyes, and it was really good. As I say, IPAs are always a bit touch and go for me, as you said, dude. But this one was really good, really smooth. Again, it was more like a mild, really kind of nice, malty mild with a little bit of honey on the end. So 10 out of 10, man. And but I also need to mention the nice crisp pint of Mao that I had. I think about.
Oh, this was Saturday, wasn't it? Yeah.
What day are we on, man? Yeah. What day are we recording?
But yes, that was another imagery shared on our Instagram at the Lager Logs. Yes. What was that? A lager you found in a Turkish cafe?
I snuck out a bit hungry, a bit thirsty on a Saturday night, and found this quiet little Turkish cafe that I go past like every day for like I've gone past it every day for the past 3 years, and never whizzed in, and 5 minutes from my house, and they serve Mao 5 stars on draft, and you know me, dude, I'm not a huge lager fan, but will go out my way for something I really dig, and this svelte little slinky Spanish number is a favorite. It was the beer track.
We were still talking about the beer, aren't we?
That's a copyrighted. I think so. I don't know. I've lost track.
Wait, is it time to open our next drink?
I was.
How are you doing on that at your end? Is that tumbler empty?
I still got a little bit. I mean, I don't want you to you pushing me a little bit. You're rushing me a little bit. I'm trying to, tell you kind of how much I love Turkey and the people of Turkey and Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
No, yeah. it was the beer track, which is a word that I'm officially copyrighting. It's like soundtrack, but it's like a beer track. It's like music, but it's beer instead. And it was the beer track to my extremely sensual fortnight in Madrid a couple of years ago, and it's a local brew over there, so it's cheap as chips.
Right. Okay.
It was a stronger version. It's about 5.5, I think.
So
the classic version.
Just a lager.
4.5. Yeah.
So a
but
Spanish lager.
Banging little bonus, dude. But as I say, it's there's a select few lagers I really like. I'm more of a kind of a darker beer man, but one that is one like I really really like, really refreshing, really nice, and very kind of rare to get it on draft over here. So that was nice. That was good. Made my week a little bit. The whole unemployed thing. Push down a little bit. I don't know whether you want to get into it. I think
we'll just screw a lid on
therapy sessions are like a bit expensive. Do you know what I mean? I think you're trying to get people who are unemployed to do therapy and they haven't got the money to do it. So I don't know whether you can get that.
We're on Apple Podcasts.
We are.
Yeah, there's some categories to that. When I submitted us to Apple Podcasts, they did ask us, what category does your show fit into? Are we a circle? Are we a square? Are we a triangle? How do we fit into this? Now, normally, we're always like entertainment, movies. And now it's like, okay, we're a beer podcast. We need to be a bit different.
Yeah.
How the fuck do you fit a beer podcast on iTunes? So, you had 3 shots. So I've chosen 3, but you need to tell me which should be our number 1.
Are you talking to me or the listener?
You. Tom. My host.
No way.
So I'm going to present to you these 3 categories.
That spotlight away.
And which one kind of suits us most? We've got society and culture.
Oh, jeez. Okay. I feel like I'm a mastermind.
Education, subsection, self-improvement.
Oh, without a shadow of a doubt.
And the third option, health and fitness, with the subsection, nutrition.
Okay, wow, you swayed me with the last option.
So that's it. It's like, where do you fit a beer podcast? Does it come under society and culture, self-improvement, or nutrition? Not nurture. We're not children in a nursery.
Yeah, we just look like that.
So,
could we fall into? Is there a separate category for how to ruin your life?
That's the opposite of self-improvement.
We've got to go self-improvement or nutrition, health and nutrition.
Exactly.
Got to be one of those.
Has to be. Self-improvement, I feel, in the sense of, hey, we're learning about beer. We're finding out more than we did last time. Like, I didn't know that Greene King IPA tasted like good beer, or if it tasted like piss. Now, after this episode, I've been educated. This is a rich, fruity number. That if I saw it on tap and wanted to show off in front of the lads, you're all getting tenants. I'll go for the IPA Reserve, please, and then I will never be invited out again.
I like how you've thought this through, Stu. This is not something that you take lightly. You put some serious thought into it.
Mm-hmm.
That's another deal that we're not going to get, obviously, with Greene King. Now you've dissed all their beers, saying that they're pish. Well, they're presumed pish until proven guilty.
Exactly. I've been proven wrong. I've seen the light, and it's hazy and golden. But so That's it. I think on TuneIn Radio we got classed as an art and culture podcast. It's like,
We did.
well, okay, I had to choose that category because they didn't get any more specific. But I guess drinking is kind of like culture.
I think so. I think so. It's a big part of British culture.
Exactly. So
Well,
we
that's
are.
not
We're
culture.
we're kind of like a culture podcast.
I think we're culture. We're like the culture show, but like with like morons talking about beer.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a bit of a mix up. It's a bit of a change. Do you know what I mean? It's different from that in that respect, and I think it's enough to not infringe on copyright. Do you know what I mean?
Aye.
Yeah, no, I know what
Now,
you mean. I know.
on our recording here, it's coming up that we've hit the 30-minute mark.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
So,
So-
we've not even opened our second bottle. How are you doing? How is your tumbler at your end?
I'm still going with this. You know what I mean? I'm the professional here. I'm the one
I'm
that has to
afraid
keep
you're going to have to
this-
sink that.
Okay.
Unless you
alright.
want to drink the next one from the bottle.
We like to drink with
But
Tom.
our
because
next... our next...
he drinks beer, and also he's a person, and his name is Tom. I don't know how the
I'm sorry, I
song-
prefer
how
the
that
number
song
from the
of the
Wildhearts.
game goes.
yeah,
You don't want to open the show with that. That was my original take
afraid
on that
not.
classic song. Listen,
Just-
I'm gonna get rid of
stop
it then.
talking and drink your beer. Not into the microphone. We don't need a sound library.
You don't you don't want an ASMR video.
No.
Come on, man. Look, listen.
No,
I'll
I'm
gurgle
sorry.
beer. I'll give you a massage.
Some people
and-
like the
and
sound
before-
of hairdressers and slurping and scratching. But no. There we go.
Sounds like my Saturday night.
So that was it. How was your the last taste of your
Nice, man.
IPA
Really
Reserve?
nice. As I say, it does not taste like an IPA to me. Do you know what? A little bit of a hint of IPA at the end, like you were saying. I think kind of drinking it tastes more of an English pale ale to me, and more of a bitter. But that very last kind of back end.
So this kind of like
taste,
you would
bit
say
more
like
fruity.
a softer IPA.
Yeah, do you know what? That's definitely, man. I think that's a good call. I think if you're a bit, like me and Stu, you're kind of a bit weary of the kind of how complex some IPAs are. I think this will be a good idea to check out, and I'm going to try not burp into the
a
mic.
nice starter,
I'm going
a
to do
nice
that.
little starter IPA. Because
Try not burp.
when I jumped in with that punk IPA, I had about spat the fucker back out. I didn't want it because that was like a £2.50 bottle. I decided that, hey, let's go for the 750ml. And there's, oh wait, nope. That was a better pill to swallow. But going on to this next beast.
This next beast, yeah, man. This next beast, we have Hoegaarden. Insert joke here. We've made so many this week. We should just do a top 10. Christ. I know it's got some instructions here, which is nice. I do like to have to put work in when I'm drinking beer.
It's like a magic trick. There's steps.
It is. You're going to make this hoe disappear.
Well, that's nothing new for you, though.
Mate, you're the one with Peter Sutcliffe on your shirt. you know all about it.
I'd like to reveal to the audience I am wearing the Cactus Jack Royal Rumble 2000 t-shirt. Ugh. Now that I've revealed my wrestling.
He looks a lot like the Yorkshire Ripper. That's all I'm saying. I mean, they could be brothers. That's all I'm saying.
Hey, anyway, Hoegaarden.
Okay, Hoegaarden.
So,
So do you want to?
I could not find
Do you
this
want to read the
fucker
instructions first, or do you
in
want me to
Scotland.
read the instructions?
apart from my local Lidl's that carry the big old 750ml bottle.
Yeah,
This
the big boy.
Big old
Jeez.
bastard
Wow.
of a bottle. I'm doing the school run tomorrow. I can't drink this thing. I'm going to have a small sample. There is 4 steps to drinking a Hoegaarden. Step 1, chill it. 2,
That's good. We
pour
did that.
2/3. Step 3,
Okay.
swirl.
Right. Well, got me clean glass here. I'm ready to go.
And step 4, top off and enjoy.
Well, the enjoy bit might be debatable, but we're gonna try.
Yeah, let's see.
We're gonna
Okay,
try.
let's
We're
go
gonna try
for
our hardest.
the 2/3 and try and not get any of those 2/3 onto my laptop.
2/3. Okay, here we
Oh,
go.
this is foaming
I'm gonna.
fast.
Oh, there's a lot of foam here.
Whoa,
This
I
is a
can't
lot
tell
of
if I've got
foam.
2/3 or not.
Jesus Christ. Here we go.
Yeah, there's a head on it. I could say that.
Yeah, man.
I do think we're gonna have to extend the length of this podcast just for the
It's
head to
glowing
settle
like
on
hangover piss.
this. You know, Tom, I can't.
I think I've done two. Are you okay? I think
Look
I've done
at-
2/3.
look
Mine was a bit easier to judge.
Look at that!
What's wrong with you? I told you had to pour a pint. Did you not tilt the glass?
I did.
Come
Come on. What the fuck?
We're supposed to be professionals here.
I almost
Don't
want
tilt the
to
glass.
reach in and scoop the foam out. Look at that. That's like when you go get like a Pepsi Max at your grand's house. No, a Diet Pepsi. And you pour it and you're just sitting there waiting for the foam to settle so you could top off your tumbler.
I think I've done pretty well. Yeah. There's a lot of like
But
white.
you've got a baby bottle though.
I've got a baby bottle.
What's yours? Is yours like a 330 ml?
Yeah. Most women in the past have told me I've got a baby bottle as well, and I hate to bring it up, but it's just something that I feel like I should tell people. You know, I did put it on my personal ad though in the papers. I made sure I did put out a disclaimer.
All right, I've managed to get 2/3
I've
full.
done okay.
Now I'm gonna
I've done okay.
leave it
Like,
for half an hour.
It's a bit white and kind of a bit misty in the bottom.
It does mention on the label naturally cloudy.
This smells like barbecue.
Yeah, kind of.
What is that?
Is it
about?
charcoal?
Charcoal? Yeah, like a charcoaly kind of meaty smell. Okay, very odd. Very odd.
Aye,
That's
for a
that's
wheat
definitely
beer, why
not
does it
up.
smell like chorizo?
I
I'm
don't
worried,
know.
Tom.
I can see the worry in your face. Okay, you look stressed, but don't worry, it's gonna be okay. I'm here. I'm here for you. I got your back. It's
I'm just
really
gonna put my
like
pint in front of the camera so you could just
it's
watch the head
annoying.
slowly.
It's annoying to me because you're drinking it out of a trooper glass, and it just makes me nostalgic.
Last week of better times.
You know, for a couple of weeks ago, that's all. Right, we're gonna do this, and you can top it up now. You topped it up.
I'm still gonna have to wait like half an hour for the fucking head to settle on this.
I didn't forget to swirl the glass or the bottle. I'm
Like,
swirling
swirl
both.
the bottle.
Shaken and stirred.
Yeah,
Hey, top it up.
on the diagram it does have the person shaking the bottle. So I am
Yeah.
doing the same now.
Okay.
Swirl, swirl,
There's a
swirl,
shaking going on
and
the back.
sop it off.
It's like an earthquake.
Okay, I've done the swirl and the top off. I feel like I need to be one of those barmen that just cuts the top of the head off the pint.
Oh, with the knife.
Yeah.
Very,
You've done that before, eh? You've worked
very
behind
professional.
bars.
Yeah. Of course, I'm very professional. I always make sure it's taste the beer as well before I give it to the person, just to make sure that there's nothing dangerous.
Make sure it's no poisoned.
Hasn't been spiked. There's no Cosby juice in it. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes people like to top up drinks with Cosby juice, but I check for people. If there's going to be someone that's KO'd, blacked out, and sexually assaulted, I want it to be me. Gee, shoot, honestly, some of these jokes are far too dark. I think you need to just reel it back in a little bit, man.
But
Needs to be a
that's
bit more heavy.
funky smell.
Isn't it weird, man? It's like yeasty almost. I remember my last infection.
Well, let's talk about the ingredients in the Hoegaarden. Our naturally cloudy wheat beer. Brewed with coriander and
Yeah.
orange peel.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on this. It's brewed in Belgium. This is a wheat beer and would be in the wit beer or Belgian white ale category, which tend to be quite zesty and spicy.
Yeah.
Spicy? You've been drinking too much. Spicy, and this is a complete new experience for me and Stu, right? Stu?
Yes, I have never had a trip to the Hoegaarden before, but
Yeah.
I'm hesitant. It's so yellow and cloudy. Like it is the opposite of the IPA we've just had. I cannot see my hand on the other side of this glass.
I can see my my last sample in this glass.
I don't want to know what colour my piss will be tomorrow.
Right, should we just taste it? Let's just do it, man. Let's just balls deep. Come on,
Right,
man.
okay,
Let's do it.
3, 2, 1.
I don't know about that.
Oh, oh, it's
got
like offending all of my senses.
It's got a strange bitterness to it, like a
There's a savoury taste to it.
like a salty kind of bitterness to it, hasn't it?
Why is
Really odd. This is 4.9%.
It's not getting better.
It's not something that is particularly popular over here. I think I'm a bit more of a fan of the Belgian ale stuff like Leffe,
Right.
which is a really nice golden or blonde ale, as it's technically classed, and Duvel or Duvel. I don't know how you pronounce that. You're not going to do well if you drink it, because it's nice, but you put yourself into a self-induced coma for undisclosed reasons. A lot of the time, you drink that.
Oh, well, I guess this is what wheat beer tastes like, mixed with orange peel and coriander.
I'm not getting a lot of orange peel and coriander, dude. I don't know whether my tastes have been dulled due to Corona, but I'm not getting that.
I don't want to complain too much. I'll just keep drinking.
I think that's always the best method.
Oh well.
So
it
that
had to
was,
happen.
That
it
was
had to
Hoegaarden.
happen. Like when
you know
we're gonna be trying lots of beer. Occasionally there will be a rank one.
I wasn't going to go that far. Do you know how many deals we've lost tonight? Do you know how many we've lost?
I don't think Hoegaarden were going to contact us on thelagerlogs@gmail.com.
Shout out.
Or twat us a tweet on our Twitter @thelagerlogs. I don't think that was going to happen. I don't think I was going to get a cheeky follow back for Hoegaarden.
You definitely like to get cheeky every now and again, just to wet the whistle. Man, you're right. Just to kind of extend last week's talk of first beers chronologically.
Yes.
So where did that first beer experience project you, Stu? Was it last week? If you tuned in, if you didn't, you're a big smelly idiot. Was it straight to trying beers at parties at home, or when did beer become kind of go to take a couple of cans of bed beverage?
I can remember my second beer. I think it was like at a friend's house party, like his grandparents were having a house party or a barbecue. So it was just like visiting a friend's family. Got handed, it must have been another bottle of Miller, and I just sat there nursing it. And eventually, my friend's dad turned around to me and was like, "Aye, so you are going to finish that, eh?" And I feel like they've maybe got into their second, possibly third bottle, and I've maybe just drunk past the neck of the first bottle that I've been given. It's like sip, cringe, pretend I'm enjoying it. And possibly, like, the more interesting story was maybe when I was at a Foo Fighters concert and I'd bought a pint, and I kind of wanted to go, "Hey, I could drink a pint and have a sip of it." Like, no, I can't. This is fucking horrible. And I remember, now I'm sorry, we're going to lose some listeners here. We're going to lose them. I'm sorry.
That's
but I feel like
That's okay. There's only 2 people listening anyway.
Dumped half a can of Coke into the pint to kind of make some hybrid, like, sort of shandy. Like, let's just dump some sugar in here.
That's
a familiar sweet taste to help with this weird fucking bitter ass pint of tenants you're having at a Foo Fighters concert.
We've got to say, put it out there. Beer at concerts always sucks. There's no two ways about it. Let's just put it out there. It always sucks. It's always like the worst, cheapest beer you can find. I've never been to a concert and left and gone, above all things, the beer was incredible. It's always just, something to get you, a bit merry. There's nothing kind of there that's again, it's not really even like sometimes draft, but a lot of time obviously just bottled beer, like your Tuborgs and your kind of Carlsbergs, your
Aye.
kind of cheaper end of the spectrum in terms of lagers that are mostly there.
I am giving up on the Hoegaarden. I am not
You've
finishing
given
that
up.
drink.
He's tapped out.
I've
I'm about
had like my
50% through.
fourth, fifth swig. I'm like, sorry, I know I paid about £2.50 for you at Lidl's, but I'm gonna have to take that loss. That is not a tasty beverage.
It's weird. Like, the more I'm drinking it, the more I'm getting almost like a tasteless vibe to it.
Huh.
Do you know what I mean? There's almost just nothing to it. It's like I don't know. It's got this kind of, as I said, this kind of mild taste of like yeasty kind of bready taste to it.
Yeah.
And just not a lot else going on. I'm definitely not getting any citrus notes or anything, any spicy notes or anything like that. Maybe we didn't mix it properly.
But there was only 4 steps. How could we get it wrong?
How
One
did
of
you get
them
it
was
wrong?
to chill the fucker. Like,
I
it was
know.
put in a fridge. So really, that wasn't a step.
I've put IKEA furniture together better than I did this beer. But geez, well, you know, on the flip side for me, you saying about your kind of second beer, I don't really remember when I went on to different lagers because it was mostly just, as I say, Carlin back in the day. That was kind of cheap and cheerful, and I can't quite remember when I tried my second beer, because I think my second beer was Carlin as well, and it was just, you know, washed down with Glen's vodka. But the big thing that I do remember was when my dad got me into John Smith's, and as I got into my 20s, as I said, I think around my late teens was really about drinking to get blotto.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't turn to a nice creamy bitter to do that. You know, it was kind of stuff that was a bit more easier to drink. But yeah, a few tins of John Smith's was really a big springboard for me and my tastes. And I was getting into whiskey for the first time as well around that time, after a fateful holiday in Scotland. Don't know where that is, shithole. For my dad's wedding. Drank a lot of Pepsi that week, just trying to stay afloat. But yeah, being a bloody northerner, my heart lies with all those kind of classic English bitters, Tetleys, you know, Boddingtons, John Smiths, and yeah, that's always the Saturn my ring tends to orbit around. Insert Sega or anus joke here, depending on your preferences.
So, thanks for that little story, Tom. It was educational.
I always
liked
get the best feedback from Stu.
But
Jesus,
I think we've reached the end of the show. Or we're getting close to closing it. Because I ain't finishing that fucking drink. That's getting wet. That's getting flushed in the next 5 minutes.
Nail it. You just need to nail it because you're a man. Be a man.
You could just be a man for both of us and think that yourself.
I'm a double man. I'm more manly than both of us combined. You should see the way I skip.
Yeah, let's see. We're reaching near the 50-minute mark on the podcast. It might be there's some chuff at the start that could be edited out. I'm sure we're kind of staying within our nice. Let's not record any more than 45 minutes range because we respect our listeners' time. But
you and me,
I don't know why I harmonised that last sentence, but
is it because you pished?
Maybe. I'm off my face in the Hoegaarden. I'm tripping on coriander, son.
Well, guys, that's it. Lock-in is over. Get out. I can't believe the shocking behaviour I've witnessed here tonight. Someone's taken a leak on the jukebox and someone has replaced my Johnny Walker Black Label with curry sauce while I wasn't looking. Barbarians. And Stu has stolen my toilet brush. What's wrong with you? Was it the out-of-date onion rings? Is this some kind of lavatory hygiene-based
I've got
payback?
an itch that needs scratching.
You'll be walking out on my toilet duct next. Jeez. Yeah, thanks for tuning in, everyone. If this is your first time with us, the pilot episode is already out at this point, so check that out too. And as always, cheers. Shoot, we have social media things. What are they?
We do. It is at the Lagerlogs. TheLagerLogs for
Makes
Twitter
sense.
and Instagram. If you want to visit our website, it is the same bunch of letters, but with a .com slapped on at the end.
That makes sense.
And really, if you go that far to look at all three, you've done more than enough.
Thank you, guys. Thanks for sorting out. And we want to, we want to get people that aren't family members to listen to the show. And I think we're doing a pretty decent job.
Stop! Don't review me on iTunes, Dad.
We're doing a pretty decent job of, of getting family members to review it, but we'd like people that aren't family by blood. And if you want to take like a DNA test and let me know, just prove to me that you're not a family member and review the show. I would really appreciate it. If you are
anyway related to the Hoegaarden brewery,
Tom, then you got problems.
Don't come near. Don't bother. It's fine.
Wow.
Thanks.
I love how violent you've got during the show, Stu. This guy's ready for to just take Hoegaarden to war now. It's not for me. It's, do you know what, Hoegaarden, I hate you with a vengeance. And I'm coming after your family.
Hoegaarden shit, your podcast is shit.
Hoegaarden, I prefer prostitute, lawn.
And on that note,
Bon voyage, booze hounds. That was a fucking train wreck. That was amazing.